My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. Well, I'll say that this is probably the point where we can be getting down to the very finale of the series and just kind of take it where there's a little step or two we got to manage. And I've already kind of penciled in lines to put these eyes in place. So we got the rotary tool with this bit, and we're going to do that. So I'd say with what we got here, I'm going to try to find a little bit of an eraser. And sometimes, yes, erasers can be good for wood as well. So if I find it around here, going to get it out and probably use it a little bit. But it just seems it's probably been mislaid around somewhere. So got one on the back of a pencil we can use to kind of get rid of these extra pencil marks that are from around the eyes. And I could also tell you all about this meme that goes around about these erasers you used to be able to get at the dollar store, these tough hard erasers, and it says not only did these not work, they also tore the paper. And I've shared that meme with a few people and kind of, had my discussion about how I still keep a few of those around that I use to erase pencil off of wood, because they may not be all that good for paper, but they are good for wood, I'll tell you that. So one little last thing I had to do was to kind of put this little place here between the back legs and paint over that. I took the little gouge in between videos and took care of that. So there's just one last step here that we need to take. And knowing that this may not be able to take all the time for the video, and knowing that there's probably other little things that we kind of need to do, that before we could do them, if we painted first, we'd have to wait for the paint to dry before we could do them. But I say there's probably a little tag I've got here, and it is a little tiny tag that says, "I choose charity over bitterness." I've got two of them on the same tag, so I can cut them apart, make them small like this one to put on here. And I'd say with a little thing or two we kind of got in mind, we're just going to try to put a little something on here just to kind of get it in a good enough little spot, just to make something kind of go where it's going to need to be. So I got a little tag here and kind of got to freaking cut it in a couple little places and put it in place underneath the dog. And there's probably going to be some things we'll also be doing later, like there's going to come a time when we're going to get out a little super glue and kind of laminate this tag. But before we do that, I need to do a couple of things. I need to put in my initials and the year and the type of wood it's made from. So it's made from mahogany. So I'm going to write that in here. And successfully I've written the word mahogany in here. And another thing I kind of need to do is to put my initials here. That's J, D, P, like you're going to see. And for the next step, put in the year, which is 2026. So with that little thing in mind, I say it's about time we kind of get out the little pink paint and put in a little bit of design into the little ears, you know, and just kind of like see what we get out of a little fancy little painting way. And so finally just work little ways into this just to put in the little pink for the ears and kind of get it in its own little freaking right spot. I say fancy little puppies are just going to be fine little works for us to do, and it's just going to be a timely thing just to kind of work our little ways into a nice little interesting little art piece, you know, and kind of just get a little fashion put in so little geniuses can make things a little interesting type of place. So it may not be for every video that we do every coat, but I will say for one thing that this is just my little step I take. So with that little thing in mind, I'll show you all just how I got the ears painted in. And for other little steps we need to come along, we're going to get a little bit more accomplished here and there, try to make out a way to see just what we're going to come down to with a little piece of artistic work, and just try to like get a little thing done, little here and there. So finally I could say that this little done painting is just going to be a little fancy way to show a little work of love. And maybe with a little time, I say we could kind of use the last few minutes or seconds of this video just kind of getting a little super glue on the daggum tag, and what you see here is what you get, and just try to get some little type of a piece of towel in there and just kind of get a little bit of the glue spread out over the tag. So this is going to be what it's going to need to be when it goes in the oil to soak. So I just want to say that this has been a great series. I've appreciated you all in here, and little more things we have to show, but this is the end of the Corgi carving series and all that I have to show for that. So I just want to say that I thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for watching. And when I do the next series, I say, y'all come back. You hear? Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.